Hello class, this is Roger Miller. I am the instructor for CGS1060. The ID number of the course is 338677. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you on board. This video is really a guided tour of Blackboard. It's going to serve two purposes. One, I'll introduce myself to you, give you a little bit about my background. And number two, I'm going to show you Blackboard and how to use Blackboard to your advantage, because I don't want you spending a lot of time trying to figure out how to use Blackboard when you should be using that time concentrating on the assignments at hand. So let's get started. I've been teaching with Florida State College since they were FCCJ, 2003. I actually taught this very course in a face-to-face lab format out at Mayport originally with 18 computers in my little computer lab. I've been teaching on and on with FCCJ ever since. I go way back with this particular material. At the time I was teaching it, I always thought I could do this as a hybrid or an online course anyway, so this is really a natural progression for me. I was in the Navy for 21 years. I retired in 2003 and moved right into teaching because I did a lot of training and development while I was in the Navy anyway, so it was kind of natural for me to jump right into teaching with the college. I am also a builder. I build houses for a living, contracting. That's about it. I do have a family as well. I have a wife and a daughter. My daughter just started high school this year. 2 great dogs. That's it. I am going to quickly now show you how to navigate Blackboard. This is what you're going to see when you first log into Blackboard. You're going to see this announcements page, and of course you'll see the most current announcements like this one right here that I just posted this morning. And I'm going to do this every week to keep you guys on track and let you know what you got to do for the week. Not that you shouldn't know that already. You should be reading your syllabus and know exactly what you need to do for this course at any given time, because you really have to stay on top of it. These modules are presented 1 week at a time so that you don't get overwhelmed. There's 8 total modules with 2 chapters of information for each module. Module 1 is a little bit easier because it's mostly admin stuff, because it's an orientation in Chapter 1. Starting with Module 2, you'll be doing Chapter 2 and 3 and so on. So let's get rolling. If you ever log into your site and you don't see your buttons over here on the left-hand side, all you have to do is click that arrow and those buttons will reappear. Here's another thing. If you ever see these folders instead of those buttons, all you have to do is click this list view here at the top to get your buttons back. I don't want anybody confused by that. Announcements were already there. It defaults to that page when you log in. Instructor info. You click that tab and you'll see a picture of me. That was only from a couple of years ago, so yeah, I am that handsome. There's my email address. There's my cell phone number. So please make this email right here to be your primary means of communicating with me, and I'm real good about getting back to my students when they email me, which also means you have to check your email quite often as well as you're emailing each other in the course. Course information. This is very important. This is one of the first places you're going to start in this course even before you start doing assignments. Here's your syllabus. You're going to read it, print it out, commit it to memory, put it in your Outlook, create a calendar, whatever you need to do to follow that syllabus on a week-to-week basis and get all your assignments turned in. The orientation, I really just included a bunch of screencasts to make this course easier to navigate and do the things you need to do to access the online content, to do crossword puzzle challenges, to do the rest of it. Technical requirements, read through this, download and install anything you need right here. Here's a little video that I was just describing to tell you how to get online. Here's one for doing the crossword puzzles and how to actually submit them to me when they're completed. Here's your CBT lab instruction video. So just take your time and go through these little quick videos and learn how to navigate and how to do the things you need to do in the course. Course content here is where the content of the course, all your assignments, actually reside. This is my view, so you're not going to have the view of all these different modules. You're going to have just the view of the module that's available for that approximately 7-day period. I think you have a little bit more for Module 1, simply because I wanted to give you a little extra time to get oriented to Blackboard along with having to complete the Chapter 1 stuff. As you can see, it tells you what you need to review, what your deliverables are, and what your assessment or quizzes are for each module as you go along. So if you follow this little script here, this to-do list, if you want to call it that, for each module, you guys should be fine. You're going to click on, for instance, orientation. You're going to go in there and it's going to repeat these things. Read your syllabus, read your orientation, new student survey. You got to take a survey. So you're going to click on that to go in there and take the survey. You're going to do your own introduction, attach a picture, follow the instructions here. You're also going to respond to 5 other students' introductions. Then you're going to take a little syllabus quiz, which is basically a little quiz that tells me, yes, you did in fact read your syllabus. You can take it over and over again until you do pass. In the chapter 1 portion down here is where you're going to start things that are going to repeat every chapter. You're going to have a PowerPoint presentation to view. Timeline 2001, you click here and go to that and go through the timeline. And that's a viewing thing. Then here's your first crossword puzzle. And again, I included the instructions video for that crossword again in the first chapter 1 crossword puzzle assignment. CBT lab on word processing. I basically give you these CBT labs to do before you have to do the Microsoft Office lab. That's going to be an assignment that you have to turn in periodically as well. Everything in your course content is going to be right here. And you'll be able to see one module at a time as these weeks progress. The second module is going to be available on the 16th. So everything in Module 1 is going to be due, I think, by 11:59 on the 15th. So do not get behind because I do not accept late turn-ins, so don't ask. Discussions. Here's your discussion board. You just click that button. This is your forum right here. You can talk to each other on this. I keep track of what's going on in there, but I don't respond to anything. I don't put my 2 cents in. You guys can talk to each other about pretty much anything within reason. Here's where you're going to post your introduction. You're going to click on the link there. It'll open up and you will see, here you go, and you click Create Thread. When you click Create Thread, that allows you to put in your information. You can even attach a file, a picture, something like that, but make sure you do follow the instructions. You can always use the breadcrumbs here at the top to go back and forth in the course. In fact, that's the best way to navigate if you want to go back and forth. Use the breadcrumb trail at the top. Next is Gradebook, but that will take you to your current grades. Your gradebook will keep track of everything that you do, everything that I grade, and your automatic gradings for the quizzes and everything. Click Email to email me and to email each other. This takes you to the messages part of the course where you can create your message, but remember to check your messages frequently because you won't get prompted when you open the course that you have any messages. You have to actually click on email here. That's a quick overview of Blackboard. You got my information and introduction by me, and you've also gotten a pretty good guided tour through Blackboard to help you do well in this course. And I wish you the very best. I want you guys all to get A's in the course, but I am completely inflexible when it comes to late assignments. So make sure you do your work on time and get it into me, and you should have no problems passing this course because it's a lot of fun actually. Thanks.